People are afraid to fly. You know, it's silly to be afraid to fly. You know the numbers. Statistically, it's safer to be in a plane, right? You know the numbers. Numbers-wise, safer to be in a plane. But don't we all feel better in a car, don't we? You know what it is. You know what it is. You have some input. You have some control over your destiny. That's the big difference. In a car, even in the back seat of a car, at least you can go, hey, turn! Right? What can you do in a plane? Ding. Ding. An engine fell off a plane once. Everybody made it down, but an engine fell off. Can you imagine being in that plane? Look out the window going, oh! Ding. There's a big ding off this wing. Ding, ding. That's a double dinger, darn it. And if you had the middle seat, you couldn't even do that. It's like... Changing up there, Indian casinos everywhere. Indian casinos, you know? Anywhere there's Indian reservations have casinos. Is it affecting the purity, the Native American culture? Is it changing it? I was working in an Indian casino. I went up to two young Native American boys. I think their names were Flying Dice and Always Doubles Down. As soon as we get to this whole house, my wife wants to change everything about it, you know. As soon as we get to the house, wants to change everything. She goes, I want to paint every room to more relaxing color. I said to her, if we leave it the color it is, that's the most relaxing thing we can do. Let me warn you to stay away from this contractor. I don't think he was that good. You ever seen those novelty pens? Where as you tilt them, the lady undresses. You ever seen that? Yeah. He was using this as a level. Anybody know how a stud finder works? That was a hearty laugh, ma'am. I'll take that as a yes, I guess. No, the tool, have you used a stud finder to find the thing in the wall? It's amazing. It feels like an empty plastic box in your hand if you've used one, does it not? And yet it's supposed to see through walls. I feel like I'm waving a Ouija board around. You know? Is there wood here? Yes, no, maybe. It's like I'm channeling a dead contractor. Boy, I didn't sleep well in Denver, Colorado. I had trouble sleeping in Denver. Mile High City. There's no air in Denver. No, I mean, if you're used to it, but when I visit, the first few nights I'm in Denver, I wake up every 20 minutes going, bah! But I don't sleep well in Canby for two reasons, ladies and gentlemen. The first reason is my neighbors have a rooster that apparently is blind. This bird has no idea when the sun rises. Takes shots at it all night long. Cock-a-doodle-doo, I don't know. Hey, it could be over here, I have a clue. Doodle-doodle-cock, I'm dyslexic too. I'm a blind, dyslexic rooster with a tremendous sense of duty. One of the worst environments to have 3 kids is at a restaurant. Boy, 3 kids at one table for an hour. Impossible, isn't it? Boy, and that's where you learn to yell at the top of your lungs without the table next to you hearing you. We're not ready yet. Restaurants, you figure with all the work with kids, you lose weight. I've gained weight. You know why I've gained weight? Because at restaurants, you're done with that? Well, don't throw it away. Give it here. I'm the dog with the credit card. Actually, when she was 2, when she was learning how to talk, she was the kind of kid that would say 80,000 words but only knew 8. You know, a kid like that. Typical sentence of hers was, Barney. Then I knew she wanted the Barney video too, you know. But my wife understood everything. It was like watching an episode of Flipper, you know. I'd watch these two talk, only from my daughter pretty much was. My wife would go, Bud and Sandy, you're trapped in a boat somewhere? I don't. We had a traumatic experience with her the other day. She picked up a splinter. She's out in the front yard petting the porch, and it's always there for her. And she gets the splinter, and what became traumatic about it was we couldn't get the splinter with tweezers. If you can't get a splinter with tweezers, is there any other way to get it except to dig out with a needle? No, not only that, but you got to sterilize that needle, heat it up, alcohol, whatever hurts the most. I felt like I was torturing my own little girl. Of course, the black hood with the eye holes helped a little bit too. I didn't want her to recognize me. You know, my wife suggested, she goes, why don't we do it while she's asleep? Think about that. The two people she trusts most in the world work here like ghouls at 3 in the morning. She'd be easy to put to bed after night after that, wouldn't she? It's bedtime again. No! No! I know I'm no longer a kid because I grunt a lot now. Have you noticed? You grunt more as you get older. On more occasions. I mean, kids grunt too, but you never see a 6-year-old kid grunt to pick something up. No. Are those my marbles? Oh, I'm never dropping those again. Geez, I think I pulled a muscle playing tag this morning. I remember to warm up. I'm not 5 anymore. Gosh, you know, after breakfast, I just want to take a nap. No, leave those cartoons on. I'm watching that. Kids have great stuff for breakfast. Captain Crunch. Does Mom and Dad let you eat Captain Crunch? Oh, yeah, we don't let our kids eat Captain Crunch either. Birthday, you can get whatever cereal you want. But no, any other day of the year, no. Captain Crunch rips the roof of your mouth apart. Anybody tried it recently? Yeah, if it's not prepared right, you could die from it. It's like pufferfish. All right, that stuff, I was damaged. I was at the hospital in an hour. I've been a couple clump. And the roof of my mouth is just ripped the hat. Very skin dangling from the roof of my mouth. From the cereal. A cereal. No, I was not chewing on the toys in the box. The cereal fell. Let me speak to you administrators, my friend. I said, let me speak. The guy that pays you, go get him. Doctor comes up. Yes, I'm Dr. Smith. Is there a problem here? Well, I knew it was going to be a tough delivery. Now, one of the warning signs for some women that they're about to begin labor, some women get a burst of energy, start running around the house, doing little nesting things, cleaning. Yeah, I see a few moms nodding. I knew trouble was afoot when my wife went out in the backyard and tried to remove a stump. She waddled up that thing and said, something's coming out today. And I was coaching her, pull! So she went in for all these ultrasound, sonogram, stud finder. Same technology roughly, isn't it? Well, they took all these ultrasound pictures, and we still weren't sure of the sex of the baby. Every time we took a picture of the baby, it was in this position. We suspected a girl once we caught it. Well, the baby comes out. The doctor holds up to me, and he says, what is it, Dad? And I had no idea what it was. I swear, I've seen women before, but look nothing like this. Nothing. Girls, when they're born, are very swollen right there. I mean, there was some protuberance. I don't know this, doctor. Have you seen it before? I mean, we'll love it. We'll keep it. Don't put it back. We'll keep it away from the circus. Give it to me. I felt awful. My first job as a father. 1 second into fatherhood. Identify the sex. I don't know what it is. I have a horrible dad. And I suspect it was the doctor's first delivery. Because he was standing on a table screaming, "It's alive!" All right, that's my show. Thank you very much for joining the Fort Stand-Up Dad.